All right, traders, George here, and time for an update to the S&P futures call I gave you Sunday evening. Just a handful of days, and we've already transitioned to a key target level. Sunday evening, the call was to be long at 1857s. We just started to clear this balance beam area here, moving into an air pocket and expecting a trip up to 72s. All right, in the live room this morning, I mentioned 1874 quarter to take some off the table, and where we are right now, same chart but today. So we've transitioned from the 57 level up to the 77 level. 20-point run in favor there already, and we're currently at 75.50s. So very quickly moving through this air pocket, and that bounce actually started a lot earlier than when I did the video, but in terms of when I shared it with you and when you could respond to it, that's what you could have done. So a very strong position to be in. It really comes from this. Look at the dominator. Here's where all the trading commitment is. Made a new relative high, pulled back, and then made a higher low here. There's the signal right there to be long over this area. Classic. Fills to the other side of this air pocket, and in light of any negativity you want to point to the market, we're up too high, the PE's too high, Putin's got his finger on the tanks, China manufacturing, Chicago manufacturing, Obama healthcare, taxes, socialism, whatever, irrelevant to price. There's your proof once again as we start to move up. So here's the continuation move. We're at 75 quarters right now. We take out 77.25 here. That's the trigger to add your scalper back on. With this low here holding at 71, then we're going to look for 1891 for the next move up. Okay, so as we've made a new relative high here off to the right, this secondary continuation move here is now either going to be scrubbed or potentially moved up if we are going to break down. But for the time being, I'm taking this off the table altogether as we are long and looking for a continuation breakout here. As a summation, from 1857 to 1877, that's 20 points in 3 days, $1,000 per contract, okay? Scalpers off at 1874 quarter. We're going to add that back on at 77.50s with a stop at 70.50, okay? That's just below this low here. And then the next key target's going to be 1891 even. All right, now one more thing to mention is, remember, the options play on the S&P futures is another great angle to trade this market action here. When we're taking over the top line of a balance beam here, we're moving up to a key target and breaking out, continuing. And by target, I mean we have a balance beam supporting that zone. All of these price points become very good strike prices for options. So if we're going to be bouncing off of this area here, then we're likely to move up to 72s. The conventional wisdom is to go deep in the money at that key rotation point. What I like to do is I like to look for the strikes that are in the direction of my forecast, of the predictive side of the trade here. We're very likely to hit 72s. So the premium will be much lower when we're down here and people are still wallowing in fear or whatever it happens to be and not thinking that we're ever going up again. The next thing you know, those premiums are in the gutter, and when you snap them up and we start to move up, they start to multiply very quickly. Likewise, as we start to own this breakout here, we're at 76 quarter, another point we're going to be adding that scalper back on. This area here holds for the breakout. Tagging 91 would not be out of the question happening this week. Bigger picture though, we know that 1926 target's got a lot of gravity. Nobody's thinking about 1926 right now. The premium on those out of the money options is going to be very low, and if we even move halfway up there or even a third of the way up, they tend to pop pretty nicely. So out of the money call options when moving in favor here, and look to the forecasted and balance beam target points for those strikes. It's easy peas. So a great trade there, just 3 days, 20 points in favor, still in it, and about to add the scalper back on there. Look at the earlier video from Sunday evening, watch this one again. You'll have great belief building to further this process so that when you see it, you respond to what you see instead of what you feel, think, or hear, which is what 90% of the traders do out there. All right, that'll do it for now. We'll see you back in the live room.